So much for staying with Friday Night. Now, for generations, leadership was seen as a man's role, but Wangu Makeri challenges that narrative. This powerful play brings to life the story of Kenya's first female Kikuyu chief, a woman who defied deep-rooted stereotypes and led in a time where women were expected to stay silent. Her story, though set in the past, echoes loudly in today's conversations about gender and female empowerment. With me in studio is part of the production cast, as well as a lady who will also be playing a role as an actress in the play. I'm joined by Lawrence Murage. He's a director on Wangu Makeri, and Marianne Nyambura. She will be acting in the play. She's also a production manager. Let's start with the lady, Marianne. Yes. So we know Wangu Makeri for her strength and her influence. Yeah. And this, of course, was set back in the day. Mm-hmm. So a male-dominated world, traditional beliefs, customs, and what have you. Yeah. So how does this play bring her complex character to life in this modern world, and how can modern audiences relate to the storyline?
It is a very relatable story because, one, when you're talking about this woman who defied all odds for her to get to the point that she got, that is something remarkable. That is something that ought to be told. For us to get to a point of telling the story of Wangu Makeri, we hear so much about the male leadership that happened then, but very little about the women leadership. So we decided, I think it's about time for us to go back in time and tell the stories that we need to hear. Yeah. Because female leadership has been there from time immemorial, and it's for us to talk about it.
Okay. And to you, let's talk about the aspects of Wangu Makeri's story that challenge the traditional narrative of power and leadership. As a director in this play, first of all, let's talk about the main character, which is the Wangu herself, selecting her, making sure she fits this role. And then back to my question on challenging the traditional narrative of power and leadership. Truly, we're very curious about the lead and how she will bring out that character, and of course challenge the notion that men are in charge.
So I'll start with the lead. Her name is Lydia Nyambura Getachu. She is phenomenal. She is experienced, professional. She's been in the industry for more than 25 years. Yeah, she started acting way back in the 90s. She's done TV, she's done theater. So she was the perfect person. When we settled on Lydia, we went through a few people, and when we settled on Lydia, when Lydia's name was brought on the table, we're like, yes, that Wangu, whatever come may, we are going to get Lydia. And the first call, she was not available, but we had to call again and again and again and tell her that this is your role. We do not see anyone else. You're going to play this role, and we've been having an amazing time at the rehab. I mean, I am young. I am way younger than Lydia, but she's been taking it as a professional. And she will really she will live this character on stage.
Marianne, you are also playing a role in the play. So what are some of the surprising elements, intriguing elements? Give us, a bit of a teaser on what to expect. First of all, is it true that Wangu would actually sit on the backs of men?
Did she?
I mean, that's what the trailer says.
It's a question.
It's a question.
I think when we go out there and ask anybody, what do you know about Wangu Makeri? The first thing that comes to people's mind is she sat on men. But is it a fact?
Sat on men is like open-ended.
So I think the conversation began by, she once sat on a man. The story that you have is she sat on a man, but that was not the norm. And she had a reason for sitting on that man. And that is why someone needs to come for the show and find out exactly why the man had to be sat on. But I think in Kikuyu language, when you say amekaliwa, this one has been sat on, loosely translated to amekaliwa by the wife or someone. It is to talk about the leadership. It's to talk about an alpha female leading someone who's not capable of getting to that level. So I think for Wangu being said that she sat on men, it's about her firmness. It's about the alpha female she was, not about kneel and let me sit on you.
Or maybe it was the actual, I mean, come watch the show.
In this day and age, we say kukaliwa is
Yes.
like you're just in complete control.
Yes.
I think we didn't cover. There's a question you had asked.
Yes, about the challenging the traditional narrative of power and leadership.
Yes. So specifically for the role that she was actually not a chief. It's only that in books she's we write as chief, but she occupied the position of a headman. A headman, a position specifically made for a man. It is in the name.
Headman.
It is made for a man.
So why should people come out and watch this play? I want us to get just a preview of how long is the play, how many days is it showing for, where is it showing? Marianne, let's go with you first.
Okay, so the play will be 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. Max. It will be showing at Kenya National Theatre from the 2nd of May to the 4th of May. We have 4 planned shows for now. We have a show every night, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, 7 p.m. And on Saturday, we got an additional show a day ago at 3 p.m. as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lawrence, is this a musical? Is it a narrative? What is the basic sequence, the flow of the play likely to be like? Is it happy? Are we expecting suspense? A little bit of drama from this larger-than-life figure who the story revolves around?
I say we've been calling it a Kikuyu musical play because it has music, it has folklore, folk songs.
Yes.
Folk songs. So I'd say maybe I can go back to the Kikuyu's way of telling stories. We used to tell stories through songs, through dances in the evenings, and also storytelling, oral storytelling.
Yeah.
So we are going to incorporate all that, dance, music, oral, and now acting for us to tell this story. So
gender parity, are we, so Marianne is part of the cast, so when we look at the cast, do we have a balanced cast in terms of males and females, or are we likely to see a more female-driven performance on this one?
It's definitely a more female.
It is balanced in the number, but in pushing the story, it is more female. We sat and said...
And it is deliberate.
Yes, we sat and said, most of the time when you hear about Wangu and Makeri, and everything we hear about, most of it is negative. We thought the reason is why we are getting this story from a very negative side. It's because we are possibly hearing her story from a man's side. So I think it's about time for us to tell this story from a woman's side. Even when a woman has done something wrong, if I'm telling her story, there is a lot I need to protect.
Was she married? Did she have children?
She was married. She was a first wife to a man who got married to 5 more others. So she was the first wife of the 6.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, in terms of theatre going and the culture and the art around theatre in the country, what is your observation in terms of numbers? We know that there's a lot of, all these apps nowadays, the digital world really taking over. And so theatre, is there a future for it? Are there still lovers that, authentic lovers of theatre that over the years you have seen still explore and enjoy this particular art? Yeah,
I'd definitely say that theatre is getting its footing back. We had great theatre back during the times of Kina Whispers. We are now getting back there. We are seeing fully sold out shows. Kina Tomboya. Right now, our Friday show is fully sold out.
Right.
Our Saturday 7 p.m. show is fully sold out. So we only have few seats for the Sunday 7 p.m. and the Saturday 3 p.m.
Right.
So it is really encouraging to see people investing, seeing people buy tickets to come and watch the show.
Where to buy the tickets, Marianne?
Where to buy the tickets? You buy from viewtickets.com. You go to viewtickets.com or *487 *32 hash. You get your ticket from there. Okay, and as we close, the underlying theme. What is, when you guys planned this, wrote it, and just conceptualized the flow of the show, what theme? What do you want people to take out of this at the end of watching it? Women in leadership, and we also want to archive our own stories, our stories for our children, for ourselves, for people who do not know what happened back in 1900. We want to archive our story. Marianne? female leadership. I think the same issues Wangu was facing then are the same issues female leaders are facing right now. There was a lot of resistance then, and there's still a lot of resistance now. So I think what we want to say, one, women can lead. If someone decided, I want to become a headman then, and she became a headman because she made the choice to become the headman. It was not given to her on a silver platter. She worked for it, and she worked to be the best she was at that time. So I think we want to talk about the female leadership, talk about the position of a woman. At that point in time, the only thing a woman was known for was the kitchen and the children and just take care of the home. But no, you can still lead.
Yeah, and it will be very exciting to see what the play promises to deliver. That is Wangu Makeri. It will be showcasing at the Kenya National Theatre on the 2nd, from the 2nd of May to the 4th of May. So look out for tickets on viewtickets.com and get yourself a ticket and treat yourself. I mean, it will be right after Labor Day, so, you know, why not? We're taking a very short break. Thank you very much, Marianne and Lawrence, for finding time to be with us. We're back with all the day's business.